Hello, this is Richard Wilson from the Family Offices Group. I'm coming to you from Berlin, Germany. I was just in town here to meet with a single family office that I've been talking to, as well as speak at a local investment event as well. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was something that I was speaking to the family office about, and that was top family office startup mistakes. So if you're going to start a single family office or a multifamily office, there are 5 mistakes that I've identified that a lot of family offices make. And if you could avoid these 5 different mistakes, then you'll be ahead of 30% or 50% of the other family offices out there. More importantly, you're just going to avoid things which could literally cost you and your family $50,000 to $100,000 or potentially millions of dollars. So the number one mistake is rushing through things. A lot of people come into money and then they want to try to set everything up within a 3-month period or 2-month period. They want to rush through hiring people, rush through setting up a legal structure, and it's good to start your homework and research early so you can make sure you only work with trusted advisors. It's good to consider year-end or tax season deadlines if those are coming up. Those are very time-sensitive issues, but setting up your full formal family office structure within 1 to 2 months is, it just sounds very scary to me, although lots of families try to do this. So I would, make sure you jump on anything related to time-sensitive tax issues, but everything else, don't rush through it. I think that's a top mistake. Another mistake is not building out your family office so you have the ability to at least consider real estate investments and direct investments. And by direct investments, I mean investing directly into private companies and corporations. A lot of people start out without the intention of doing real estate or direct investments. They start out thinking we'll invest maybe in the stock market, in hedge funds and private equity, maybe in a publicly traded company that they know very well, they're very familiar with. But many times, over time, you'll find an apartment building for sale, a private company that you meet, through a friend or referral network or another family office, and you'll want to at least be able to assess its situation. So you at least want to have an advisory board member or somebody you can tap and go to when you need that advice. And so thinking about that up front and being ready for that. So if you need to move quickly, you can, because sometimes these opportunities are only available for a matter of a week or 2. And if you would scramble and try to find someone you can trust to give you advice, you're going to miss out on the opportunity. The next tip is basically not exploring all options for your family office wealth solution. So this is the case with a family office right now. They want to start their family office in the Caribbean, and they have a very strong opinion about how they should do it, yet they've never set up a family office before. So they want to set up a single family office and full-time employ a CIO, a CEO, and a full board. They hadn't heard of the term virtual family office before. They hadn't heard of the term outsource chief investment officer before. And they hadn't met with a lot of multifamily offices in the region. And it's fine if they don't want a multifamily office, but they should be at least considering an outsourced CIO or a virtual family office solution just to look at the cost basis. Because it happens that this family has just under $100 million. And it's good to at least compare what the cost versus return would be, the access to talent per dollar they're paying every quarter, every year. Some pretty important considerations. So you should explore every option open to you and take 1 to 2 months to interview all of the experts that you would be hiring in each case, whether it's a multifamily office, CIO, advisory board members, or virtual family office, or whatever might be the case. So please don't make that mistake. Explore all the different avenues you could pursue. The next mistake that I gave this family office recently is just having no help in getting set up. Oftentimes the person who actually came into the money will have their son or daughter help with the research to some degree, or that ultra wealthy person themselves will go through and make all the decisions. And lots of times you can avoid some very costly mistakes like some of the ones we're mentioning here by hiring somebody either for 1 quarter or for the first year that your family office exists to help you start up your family office. There's people that have done this many times before and are well connected in the industry, and there's no point in doing it yourself. There's just too many pitfalls and service providers that you can trust and service providers you're going to want to avoid. And there's no point in going this alone. There's no extra prize by spending the extra time and doing the extra hard work. The final suggestion is to build an advisory board. A lot of family offices that I work with have a loose kind of network of service providers in the industry, but not a real official advisory board. A lot of single family offices I know don't even have an official investment committee. And an advisory board might meet once a year in person and quarterly over the phone. They might meet quarterly in person and monthly over the phone. An investment committee sometimes will meet bi-weekly, sometimes monthly, sometimes quarterly. And the point of putting these into place is that you can tap the expertise of people with 20, 30 years experience in taxation, insurance, real estate, direct investments into private corporations, alternative investments. And you can tap their 30 years of experience in helping make big investment decisions every month or quarter without employing them full-time. You know, for $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 a year, you can have these very valuable advisory board members without having to pay a full salary for them. So even if your board just has 3 strong members to it, or even 2 very strong members to it that have a long career and network within the family office or investment industry, that can really make a big difference for your family office. Even if you're a $100 million single family office, you should at least have 2 or 3 advisory board members. And that's a mistake I see a lot of single family offices make. They survive based off of a loose network. They don't always ask for the input of all of the different experts they could access because it's not set up as a formal advisory board. So I hope that these 5 family office startup mistakes are helpful to you. If you're looking to start a single family office or start a multifamily office, I think that you'll find many of these tips applicable. And these are all based off of just my personal experience over the last few years in running the 60,000 person Family Offices Group Networking Association. So if you'd like any further help with this, feel free to reach out to me. It's richard@familyofficesgroup.com. It's richard@familyofficesgroup.com. I'm here in Berlin, Germany, and I'll see you again soon.